Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Blessed Performance, built by the grace of God. Specialty Performance Vehicles, your specialty vehicle and parts store for your performance and off-road vehicles. And by Tribotex, make your engine last longer. Time now for the lowdown with Magic Creeper.
Now here's some real-world experience from our friends here at Magic Creeper. Now, this is the Dobson family truckster here. This is the real deal. And we had a cut tire coming into the studio today, so had to get to the spare. And in a lot of minivans, the spare is in the back in the cargo area, but that takes up a lot of space, and we don't have that kind of space. You know, all kinds of junk toys and everything. So here I had to move a lot of stuff because the actual nut to get to the spare tire is in the passenger compartment here below the carpet. Once I got everything moved out of the way, then you start to unscrew the tire. It actually lowers, kind of like an elevator coming down from the floor of the vehicle. And this is where the Magic Creeper comes in. That tire can be heavy. Some of them are full-size spare tires. We have a donut in this case, but in either case, they are heavy and awkward to move from underneath the car. So the Magic Creeper comes in handy. Once you get the tire lowered and get it down to the ground, you can actually use the Creeper as a conveyor belt. Super easy. Pull the tire out, unfasten the nut underneath, and you are on your way to putting on your spare tire. And the Magic Creeper is handy in all kinds of roadside emergencies. Of course, I've mentioned it before, you can use it as a kneeling pad when you need to change your tire on the side of the road. If you need to get under the vehicle, the Creeper stays dry on the top where you are. You keep your clothes nice, and you can maneuver over any terrain better than any regular Creeper, and you have more clearance underneath the car as well. There's also an emergency roadside kit that has all kinds of stuff you need in an emergency. Gloves, rain poncho, flashlights, of course some jumper cables to get you out of trouble. You can find the Magic Creeper at magiccreeper.com, and it's the only place where you can find the authentic one, so check them out there. And it makes a great gift, by the way. You know, Joe, the automobile was invented at the turn of the last century, and over the course of over 100 years, rust is still the enemy. Nobody's really figured out how to address it until now. What are you guys at NHOU doing to combat rust?
In my life, it certainly has been, which was the catalyst for me getting into this business. And rust has been dubbed the longest war. It's really difficult to beat Mother Nature, but what we do is slow her down. And what we do is mainly use an oil-based rust proofing. So if you have a brand new vehicle, we have two options, but for now we'll discuss the oil. The oil is something that would go on brand new or use pre-existing rust. It does not encapsulate the rust. That only allows it to grow beneath the surface. It looks pretty, eventually it comes through. This will actually go down to the good metal, displace moisture, remove oxygen. As long as you have product on your vehicle, you stop oxidation.
Now, if I bring my automobile to you or to an authorized dealer, what happens to the car?
You should clean it before you come in. We would bring it in, we would blow it off. It would take about an hour. We'd apply oil to everything that's exposed in the undercarriage, all your body cavities, you're in and out, come back in a year.
Is it safe for my car? Is it safe for the environment?
Our oil is non-conductive. It is environmentally friendly, no solvents, no detergents.
What's the biggest battle you're fighting here? Obviously, we know about rust, but as far as educating the customer.
Cultural.
Yeah.
It's people thinking this through, like proactively, like changing the oil on your vehicle. People don't think about corrosion until it's, they fail inspection or they have a structural failure.
Well, you're starting your education here, and if you want to further it, you can check them out at the website, Joe.
NHOUundercoating.com.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. We're glad you came along for the ride. Please come and join us next week. In the meantime, if you have a product you'd like to see on our show, email Jeff at masterstv.com. From our entire crew, we'll see you again next week.